Good afternoon. This is the fourth video update for Tropical Storm Muifa, or Kabayan, now inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility. It is the 28th of July 2011, 0930 Zulu, 5:30 p.m. Philippine time, 6:30 p.m. Japan time. For the update on Tropical Storm Nock-Ten, please watch the separate video for Nock-Ten that we have just uploaded as well. Now for Muifa, again, as I said, just entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility, just crossed that 135 east longitude. It was last located approximately 480 kilometers north of Palau. You can see the island of Palau here. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 75 kph, gusting to 100 kph. Muifa is moving westward at 20 kilometers per hour. And again, you can see this visible image that islands of Palau and Yap, and also that that most of the clouds are the center is right around here. Again, just like with Nock-Ten, the eastern half is actually mostly empty in terms of activity. Also seen here in the infrared, most of the impressive convection actually, but negative 80 degrees Celsius cloud tops here, indicative of the activity and formation that is going on inside Muifa here. The center is, as I said, located around here, just north of Palau. It is also about 980 kilometers east of Borongan, eastern Samar. So it's still far away from the Philippines, but just entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility. So Pag-asa has named it, has given it a local name of Kabayan. Just like what I said before, the eastern half remaining mostly empty because of still some northeasterly wind shear and 10 to 20 knots still in this area. Although, again, impressive strengthening of the past 6 hours here, and also that pronounced westward movement. Again, I mean, if you remember yesterday, we're saying it won't enter the PAR, but right now we're seeing Muifa inside and still moving westward as of right now. In terms of microwave image, the lower levels, yeah, you can see that banding also in the center, right around here. So the activity right over that circulation center is also a good thing, but for further intensification. But again, the eastern half remaining mostly empty there, although we expect this to continue intensifying. The environment is still in a low to moderate wind shear, again showing that northeasterly wind shear affecting the eastern half of Muifa here. But it, as I said, the environment is favorable. The sea surface temperatures are pretty high around the Philippine Sea here. In terms of track, this is where the computer models and forecast agencies are still all over the place and just uncertain for the eventual track of Muifa. We do know, however, that it won't really affect the Philippines that much. It won't make landfall. It won't move very near, but with that westward movement, it could move closer to the Philippines than what we previously thought. But in terms of heavy rain, strong winds, nothing of that in that nature. But strong waves definitely going to be felt along the eastern seaboard from Mindanao all the way to Luzon in about 2 days, as Muifa moves across the Philippine Sea. In terms of the, as I said, the computer models, again having that still doesn't have the agreement or the consensus that we're looking for, although most of them are expecting Muifa to move northward. The initialization here is really poor, to be honest, and this was taken around 00 Zulu. Most of them actually forecasting Muifa to move north away from that 135 line, but we all know as of 9 Zulu it has crossed that line. So again, most of these computer models, I'm going to say they are wrong in this case, short-term forecast. But again, in terms of consensus, you can see most of them are taking that northward turn, and then sort of an S-shaped forecast here, moving north, and then will turn westward towards either the Ryukyus, either Kyushu, or either Okinawa. Now I'm going to show you European model here. I don't want to alarm our viewers from Okinawa and Taiwan here, but I'm going to show the forecast just to see and just to show you the difference among the models here. You can see by Thursday it will move towards southern Okinawa as a strong typhoon, probably a category 2 typhoon here. And then now watch this, by Friday morning Philippine time it will move west-southwestward, again still intensifying, probably reaching up to super typhoon status. And then, again, I don't want to alarm you in this one, just to show you the what could happen, one of the possibilities and one of the scenarios that is being shown by the models, showing a very strong typhoon moving west-southwestward towards Taiwan by Friday morning, and by Saturday morning Philippine time it would have made a landfall near Taipei as a very strong typhoon being shown here by the Euro model, and also showing that winds, southwest monsoon winds, as the inflow of Muifa becomes really huge by late next week here. Again, in terms of the consensus, the European model is pretty far away from the consensus among the computer guidance, showing the most of the models here showing a track into the UQs, but you can see the Euro model showing a landfall in Taiwan and could brush the southern could brush Okinawa as it moves just south of the islands there. Now, in terms of the weather agencies, we have here the 3-day track of JMA. I don't have the 5-day, but again showing that northerly movement away from Luzon and away from eastern Visayas, but well within the Philippine Area of Responsibility, so definitely kicking up the waves, and again enhancing that southwest monsoon here all over the country. We have the latest Pagasa forecast for Kabayan or Muifa, and also showing it moving inland, inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility, and by Sunday it should be northeast of Luzon, moving northward. In terms of the National Weather Service, also showing that track inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility, intensifying into a typhoon perhaps as early as Sunday, and then moving northward there. We have the JTWC, more of a long-range forecast for them. Again, also showing that S-shaped forecast. Also forecasting Muifa to become a typhoon by around Sunday here, and then taking that westward track. I'm gonna show you again the steering layer, because this is the important thing to watch here, is the subtropical ridge. This is forecast to slightly weaken as a trough from the north approaches, allowing Muifa to turn poleward or northward, so to speak. And then by mid next week, the subtropical ridge is expected, or is forecast, to reorient itself and re-strengthens back again, allowing more stronger influence, steering influence for Muifa. And then just before it moves, just before it crosses, I'd say 27-degree latitude, it is forecast to start moving westward in response to that building ridge again by late next week. Now, it all depends on the timing of the weakening and strengthening of the ridge in the Pacific here, because if it strengthens earlier than forecast, we could see Muifa taking more of a southerly track and moving across Okinawa. If the ridge strengthens later, it could pretty much hit any place from the Kyushu all the way to Ryukyus. And we also have to watch the trough, to be honest, in terms of its impact on the ridge there. But as I said, all these scenarios I'm talking about is still many days away, 6 to 7 days away. In terms, if it does make landfall, it will be late next week or next weekend, actually, Saturday. That's early August already, so still far away. and expect computer models to change as they ingest better data as the days go by. And as I said, I showed you the 00Z models. The initialization are poor because most of them are ingesting a weaker type of tropical storm, but we have seen Muifa intensified in 6 hours here to 40 knots, and also that continuous westward movement defying the model forecasts. So we should get to better handling by today, tomorrow, and then improving that forecast and making shifts along the way. But in terms of the Philippines, it looks like the country is pretty safe from now from any direct effects. So good news for the country. They're just enhancing again the southwest monsoon, as I said before, for the whole country, especially Luzon here. So again, it is a forecast for a tropical storm Muifa or Kabayan. We will have another video update tomorrow, same time. Again, showing the links here for Pagasa, and also for those who are living in Cadena as well here. Probably might put up a T-core warning in the next 2 to 3 days as they get much better forecast for Muifa, and also storm2k.org. Plenty of meteorological discussions there as well, from enthusiasts all the way to professional meteorologists, from Philippines to Japan to Taiwan. Lots of wonderful people there to talk to about the weather there. That is the update again. Stay safe out there until our next update tomorrow. Bye bye.